Birla with Niketan celebrates International Day of the Girl Child.
Hello, so I'll be talking about economic empowerment for women. The problem that women face in India are that whenever a woman comes up with a startup or an entrepreneur, the problem that she faces is that she's not able to get a loan from a proper financial institution such as bank due to lack of collateral. And she's also subjected to the market competition because of lack of awareness. So one important thing is to educate them, which would help them to make better choices in life. And from the government part, what they can do is provide incentives to them, such as tax incentives or giving subsidies, for example, free electricity, water supply. So I think that is very important for a woman to come up with a business idea.
One thing very important is that any sort of infrastructure present in India is very poor as it is, but we need to ensure that it becomes sensitive towards the women, so that even pregnant women, they can take job leaves at proper intervals, and any sort of infrastructure is necessary to ensure that even rural women, urban women, they get the right amount of support to survive in such a culture and habitat such as India's.
Talking more about the rural areas, in these areas, women do not have proper access to the toilets, water, electricity, fuel, for which they have to cover long distances on all days, and because of which they're not able to indulge in education. Also, whatever funding the government provides for building up toilets and giving proper sources of electricity and water, they do not actually reach the people in the rural areas because of the multiple bodies involved. And so this can be improved by digitization of the funding, so that the whatever funding the government provides, it actually reaches those areas, and also elimination of the multiple bodies that are involved.
Taking incentives forward, I would suggest that as we have the midday meal program where rural children are sent to schools just so that they can get one square meal in a day, same way there should be provision of free hygiene products for women such as sanitary napkins, and also this should be accompanied by mass awareness camps, because in rural areas women are actually very apprehensive of using such products.
Alright, so that there are no proper implementation or even legislature present to protect their rights. Further on, there are no separate camps for men and women, which leads to women being subject to a lot of oppression by male authorities or their male counterparts. So there should be different camps for women which have female personnel as security authority.
So that about concludes everything. Thank you so much for being here. We'll note down these solutions and we'll properly form a document which we can then present to our principal. Thank you so much.
आज का विषय है राजनीति में महिलाओं की संख्या अधिक होनी चाहिए, और मैं इस विचार से सहमत हूँ। हर देश की राजनीति में महिलाओं की संख्या अधिक होनी चाहिए। पुरुषों की तुलना में महिलाएं ज्यादा विचारशील और सावधान होती हैं। वह पुरुषों से ज्यादा भावनात्मक और उत्तरदायी होती हैं। इसलिए वह ऐसा फैसला ले सकती हैं जो बच्चों और बूढ़ों बल्कि पूरे देश के लिए फायदेमंद हो।
Do you feel that there is a need to have more women in Indian politics?
Alright, so primarily I think that is very important, essentially because
politics in our country especially is a representative body to get all the aspirations and hopes of the people towards a directed channel which the rulers can then make laws and policies upon, which can then actually bring out the change the citizens want to see in the country. And hence, as a representative body or concept, politics needs all sorts of representation from all sorts of social groups present inside the country. So politics doesn't only need some sort of reservation only for the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes, but also people such as women who have been oppressed in many terms throughout Indian history, and hence if we get a representative viewpoint of women also in politics, then there can be laws and policies that can be formed which will give a viewpoint, which will give more preference to women in terms of all the laws and policies that will be formed.
Only girls face stereotypes, or is it boys too?
Definitely girls face stereotype, but yes, I agree with this thing that boys also face stereotype, because in many situations boys are expected to act in a certain way because of the set norms of the society. Like they are not supposedly boys are not supposed to cry, they're not supposed to express their emotion, they're supposed to be strong. So when a guy is very sensitive, he's trying to express his emotions, you see that as a sign. You see other guys teasing him, so isn't that the type of stereotype? You expect them to behave in a certain manner of the society and set that norm for guys to be like that.
It's high time to teach the world there is no survival without a girl. A girl where G stands for generosity, I stands for integrity, R stands for righteousness, and L stands for loyalty.
जब पवित्र है तो क्यों है ये दशा तेरी? चरित्र जब पवित्र है तो क्यों है ये दशा तेरी? ये पापियों को हक नहीं कि ले परीक्षा तेरी.